Hi there, how's it going? That is Responsibility from Spider-Man 2018. Never played that game, but at some point we actually did a podcast or like a fifth of a podcast about that game. Not really that game, the soundtrack, I guess. Because it was the thing for the games, the game awards, that thing. How you doing? Yeah, I like that song. Dolphin, maybe? Hey. So yeah, hopefully today we don't have that many frames lost. I did got some before. I was doing test like some minutes ago, and I actually got a decent amount lost, but now it seems stable. Again, this is not my internet. It's something Twitch related servers, or maybe like Chile servers, no idea. 100% of my control. What do I do here? Okay. We're gonna time some stuff and maybe do some tutorials. I don't know if I'll do any runs of any kind. Maybe, maybe not. I have no idea. That's part of the etc. of the title. Fuck you. Doing only one speed storage there, it's kinda risky. Ideally, you wanna do 2 or 0. Like either full commit or do 2 for safety. 3 is never required. I'll get sanity in a second. I thought maybe I shouldn't. Holy shit, dude. That's better. Okay, this is a good spot. Wait. Do it from here. Okay, so magic is full. This guy has such a weird model. Like, look at these feet. He's also kind of buried a little bit. Yep. Unless this qualifies as sand. There you go. Okay, gotta waste a lot of magic here to make this work. One possibility is to do a pull, since I need like oh, we're gonna get that beautiful noise every time. Get rid of that. No, it's too close. Jesus. How am I getting so like close hits? Alright. And the other thing is this. If I could just somehow get better at this 2-bit corner. I hate it so much. I can never figure out this corner. So I have footage of Shield already. Like, you can definitely do that faster. I have no doubt. Just can't figure out how. Hang on. Looking at Vegas right now. Don't mind me. Later, I'm probably gonna show Vegas on the screen. Right now, I'm doing something very fast, so it doesn't matter. Alright, 25 is not that bad then. From here, okay. From here. I really hate it. This time I got better magic management. I mean stamina management. Okay, so if that's 30, this is 25.6. 0.7. So that's 3 shield. And then about 30 hover. Shit. Give me a second. Good, nice. All right. Can't you just go up easily? Why does it have to be so hard? I hate it so much. Okay, so magic needs to be adjusted. Thank you, Buggyman. How you doing? It's actually a shirt. I have a skirt below. Plus the thing. It kind of looks like a dress though. Just be too cold. It's actually kind of hot here. I mean, it's just warm. It's just fine. How do I manage magic? Because the thing is, I'm getting hit, so I might not even need this pool. Or maybe I do. You're correct. Also, nice face. Thanks. Your air conditioner was broken. Your office too. Jesus, it sucks. It's hot there. Like, aren't you like getting like towards winter or not? I don't actually know where you live. Okay, let's waste these. Let's just go broken in magic. No. Okay. Just for testing. Good. That's fine. I want to see if you actually need... Fucking hell. Yeah, me and Buckyman, we are both from Chile. Fuck. Yeah, so if I get hit 3 times, it's fine, but that means if I get hit only 2, it's probably not fine. 2 is the optimal, by the way. Okay, it's like just enough. It's like super close. If I'm actually like 10,000 in the door, which I don't know. I might not be 10,000 in the door. I am not quite 10,000 in the door. It's close. A little walk will do it though. Northeast USA. 26. That 26 sounds alright, depending on your house, I guess. Because of my allergy. I have spring allergy, those sucks. Hopefully I don't have any of those, but I have a lot of family members that have that, and it's like miserable. It looks horrible. I am really lucky. I don't have almost any kind of allergies, actually. Like, any. House is fine. Around 29 euro fees, yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, like, I feel like 26, even 27 is like my limit of I am alright with this. And then above that, it starts getting just not alright. Yeah, so this is probably gonna be like this. that amount of stamina. And I'm probably gonna need to walk like at least that. Might be enough. It's hard. Your house is a nice and pleasant 21. Yeah, that's amazing. What I hear about Roberto is he gets hit so quickly because of how slow he is. He's too slow for this world. That's pretty decent. That, dude, that is almost... Not even almost, that is faster than 3 shield. Why? I guess because of just casting the thing. Okay, 3 shield is unnecessary. I'm a dummy. Like... I just don't need it. His health also looks kind of alright, and I'm gonna get up full after this. 25 and 2. Which means probably the way back might be a... Okay, not necessarily the same, but it's gonna be close. Because I guess I save kind of like a second and a half from casting a shield because I do a free cast. Jesus. Free cast definitely helps. Here I'm just doing a pull. There you go. Health is 88, that's totally fine. It's gonna be a little bit less because I will be 0 sanity here actually. And sanity timer, it's wrong, I think. Or is it fine? No, it's fine. It's fine, I think. Now see how this magic goes. Still need to think about magic management. Because I did management with shield, I won't have that. Hello? Whatever. Okay, magic looks fine. So I can do like a similar one. So I did summon and shield. That's 50-20. So I can do 40-30 instead. That is pull and attack. Pull attack. Yeah, it's almost depleting my magic. But I feel like that's fine. It might be alright. And then I'm probably just adding like 2 seconds. Mm, 1.5. Maybe just 1. Now, of course, if you fail the rhythm here, you're gonna lose a lot of time. Also, the amount of attack cancels I do, I think I need to equip this at the beginning. Or do like a double equip or whatever. To be even on that. Yeah, it might work. I don't want to time the whole thing, but I think I might need to. At least get the recording. Analyze. Yeah, I don't even need to time, honestly. It's just the footage. I'm gonna do a double equip on one of the attack cancels. Okay, so this is already over, but yeah. Come on, dude. Why are you on the street? Don't be on the street, dude. I don't get it. My neighbor is scumbag. Why do you leave your dogs in the street alone? No. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And I gotta do it twice. You can even do like frame perfect, no magic messages. I can't, but you can. I'll keep going here just to see if I get like a good second half. Can still use that footage. I guess I don't need the torch, technically. One, two, three. Well, I have bad footage to compare against. Not that bad. No. I can cut that part, that's fine. Dude, he was so close. So close. Like, the menu parts are easy to cut. This part, I cannot cut it. I need to get one. Sucks. Help. I'm starting to remember, maybe this is the reason why I just discarded this, because of how bad I am at it. And maybe I just took the strat that is easier. Oh yeah, now you give me a super long one. Good. So you can't predict the first one, I hate it. Fucking shite. No. He's tired though. Fuck. So that's like the best one so far. Punch the worm. One, two, three. Whoa. I got like the best one and then I fucked up. Fine. Dude. The rhythm. You have it or you don't. That's a fallacy. Come on. Just give me the rhythm. Let's go. Alright. Got the logo recording for that shite. Yeah, I think sure. Do you think I'll get muted if I put orchestral Undertale? Probably not, right? Wait. One at the beginning. Alright, cool. Because this is Vega's time. They're gonna love this shit. There's like not a whole lot. What? No. Window. Don't worry, the collapse will stop eventually. Vegas. Don't really exist. Alright. Cool. Good. Good. Okay. Oh my god, just start, please. Thanks. I was to do that, just Allah 44 or for 40, whatever. This has to be like below the camera, maybe. Okay. Is that gonna work? Yeah, it kind of works. You're stuck with my face. Prep said nice face, so that's good. Alright, cool. Let's take a look at this shit. Where do I have this? Speed runs. There you go. Starts very low on volume. Common thing about orchestras. Dynamic, they go a little bit crazy on the dynamics. Sometimes. Okay, electricity, no shields. Okay. So I have to eliminate some stuff that I don't need. Yeah, I'm gonna assume all of these is useless. Not sure until weary time. I'll check that later. Pani Roberto going backwards. Okay. That's where the frame changes. Okay, that section is complete. Alright, so that's the good one. Makes sense. Now I gotta kill the bad menu. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's see. I need to look at the others. It's the entire pause sequence. Because of the extra assignments. So I guess I can just reuse this pause right here, probably. Even this door transition. So like there. And then it's there. Okay. So that fits. Now I need to fit the next part. Okay, that's kind of long. Why is it so long? There, and this is here. Okay. Then it's there. I believe this is like one frame away from. Yeah, okay. So that's there. And then first frame fade in. Should be that. Almost sure that's correct. No, timer, go away. So then it's barely any time. Like 3 seconds. But compared to these, 7. Alright. Yeah, those are pretty close. So, yeah, there's a tiny difference here, but they might be about tied on this part. I got it pretty much tied last time, but I think it's fine. Okay, so the second one right here. The first one is 5 shields. Or not. What is the first one? Oh no, wait, no, the first one is 3 shields. No, it's 5. Never mind. First one is 5 shields. Second is 3 shields. Third is no shields. So 3 against 5. It's 4 seconds here, but then I need to create stuff, which is here. Creating is 3 more seconds, that's 7. And then assigning is like a second and a half. So that's 8.5 or so. Kinda. And then this. Love this music. It's just 7. So it's like 1.5 seconds. I think I agree with that. Like, cool thing is you save an assignment too, so I can go for better assignments. Okay, so I'm gonna move the 3 shield down. do that, and then the shields. Also move those down. Don't really need that. Okay, I think it's... I have everything else, and from there it's like time of truth. Maybe. So electric floor at 7 seconds to Instakill. Okay. And then gotta do Peter. My boy Peter. Alright, so let's expand this a little bit. Just there. So Zombie Clip is on top. Instakill is on bottom. Yeah, so this is Bell Tower. Okay, Bell Tower doesn't matter. Both can do Bell Tower, so we start from here. Yeah, that Bell Tower, I just did it to calculate the save of Bell Tower, which is like almost 2 seconds. So music sheet first difference, then organ, we're gonna stick that together. Then there's the actual 5 circle. Put the sticky. There you go, 5 circle. Then there's this Trapper at Dagger. Trapper at Dagger is interesting. It actually doesn't save time. I retimed it yesterday. It literally doesn't save time. At least RTA. The thing about Trapper on Dagger is if you haven't, like, if you still have your tutorial and want to get rid of it, it's a place where you can get rid of it and it doesn't lose time to get rid of it. Kinda. But doing it like without tutorial, it's the same. Like, it's literally the same. Like here I cut the tutorial on this part. And it's like, even takes like an extra frame. So if you're doing Bell Tower, we can get rid of tutorial there instead. On both routes, so it's the same. So fuck that, then there's 5 dispel skip. And then there's electric floor. Oh no, we're still on 5 dispel. Okay. This will skip. Okay, that's electric floor. Yeah, okay. So until Paul, I should say like 15 seconds on Paul. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. And now we go for electric floor. And there's some extra things here. There's a steel there. 44 seconds? How do we get so much? missing a spot. Oh, I think I missed a spot. Okay. Okay, I'm confused. I don't care. I'm just sticking everything together. Because from here, it's just like Peter stuff. I might redo this like again later. To double check. I did a backup file, so I can go back. Yeah, so that's that room. That's basement Peter. So we're getting close to the end, and then this is Black Guardian. So Black Guardian skip is there, Instakill is here. And the difference 15.8 or 0.9. Alright. That seems good. So it's still fine. I guess I overreacted a little bit the other day. It's less than before. Before it was like 19 to 20. Now I do want to double check on this. Let me open the backup. Where is the backup? And then open my extras. Okay, got the backup. Don't need to show anymore. I just want to show extras. Alright. So create, assign 3 shield. That doesn't happen anymore. Just fuck that. Goodbye. Now, Paul. This is just a double check. So, some big leap we have here. This is Black Guardian skip. You get 5 circle. Instakill, you don't get 5 circle. Save time in Paul. Waste time in Roberto and Peter. So. Sheet of music. It's this. It's rounded here. I actually gonna give one more. That's fine. Alright. Then there's organ. So 27.3. Yeah, that's what I have. Then 5 circle. 29.58. Just taking the difference. Covering dagger, that doesn't matter. Okay. 11.1 for this. Yeah, so we were thinking only on pole. Like that. It's 41 seconds, which I think makes sense. Like, yeah, that should make a lot of sense. Like, I go to speedrun.com and like see the, no, not the form, stats. All. So this is when we got not Instakill, 5 circle skip, so 12:26. Get rid of that. Oh yeah, must be an optimized one. 12:30. Yeah, so I say I still lost like 7 seconds, but that's, I guess, because of something else. Probably not optimized. But it's at least 30. I think 40 is reasonable. Sounds reasonable. So then Robert is gonna be 7. Electric Fleur. Yeah, 7. There you go. Now, Peter, save number 1. The setup save. 3.72. Extra. Penny room. 1.22. And yeah, this is here, which is weird at first. Oh no, wait. No, hang on. Something moved. It's a little bit less than that. What do you move? What happened? Don't do that. This thing just decided to move. This is 4. $2.93. So this looks weird because Instakill gets an extra item here. But the thing is, Zombie Clip does 1 extra assignment. Because there's no way to keep damage field from Lindsay up to this point. There's just no way to do that. So we need to put damage field somewhere. So yeah. And Zombie, we put Zombie on... Where do we put Zombie? We put Zombie on Roberto, and that's actually on the electric floor segment. I included that in the pause before opening the door. So that other extra sign-in is there. Signing 5 shield, there you go. Guess I can put it. So yeah, the assignment takes more than picking up the thing, just a little bit more. RTA at least. Then there's main hall. 3 seconds lost. For Instakill. That's the rifle. So what changed? Like something that changed actually on this routing is that we kind of figure out a better Peter route. You know, there's this way to avoid the sanity damage entirely, and that actually allows you to use pull on both routes. So I knew that, like I was doing that for Instakill because that's like the new technology, but I never did it for zombie clip. You know, like I never adjusted that timing on zombie clip. I was doing 5 shields on zombie clip. And so you can actually just do pull on both, and it's fine. Which is like the modern... Oh yeah, I'm showing that. The modern approach of Peter. So that changed the timing. I was losing like extra time on this calculation on zombie clip. Yo, Stella, how's it going? Welcome to me talking about numbers. Yeah, 3 seconds speaking of the rifle. Then the ammo on the next. It's 1.4. Also, I have this on seconds. Yeah, that's second, not frames. That's good. Because sometimes Vegas has this stupid thing that sometimes it measures time on seconds, point, frames. And I get confused. Because like 1.6 is actually 2. Or 1.60 rather. Because it's 1.60 frames. That's not 1, it's like 1.9 on decimals. Doesn't make sense, but everything should be correct here. And then the basement, everything that is before Black Guardian Skiv is 35.43. So you see the massive amount of time we lose here. This part is quite a lot. But we're gonna earn some time on Black Guardian. Maybe not that much though. We'll see. 40.2, 14. Okay, so why this this went down quite a lot. Good thing I double checked what's going on here. That is such a difference. Still saves time, but it's... Okay, let's go back to Vegas. Fuck. And let's go to the other file. And do this slowly. Alright, so 3 shield doesn't matter. Belt tower doesn't matter, both do it. Alright, so music sheet, that is correct. Then there's organ. Okay, 5 circle. Go. Alright, so this is Strawberry Dagger. This doesn't matter at all. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Five dispel skip. Clap, clap, clap. Alright, let's double check on Paul. 41. That is correct. Yeah, 41.07. That part is correct. Oh yeah, it's the intermission. Seven. Alright, so this one is... This is the one from Instakill. So this one goes down. I think that's where I go wrong. Yeah, that's where I go wrong. Makes sense. So I don't care about this one. This is the shield one. The 3 shield one, so... Okay. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Can I, like, grab 2? No. Got some intense clap. Come on. Got tuning again. Alright, so that makes sense. Yeah, that's the 7 seconds I lost on Roberto. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, let's move Roberto. Okay, and now let's check on Peter. So I That is boiler room. With the setups save. Seems correct. 4 seconds. Yeah. Okay. And 3 seconds on main hall. .4 ladder ammo. And then the whole basement sequence where I got all the bad parts. The basement sequence on this run was super clean, so I didn't need to cut anything here. Because there's also not a whole lot to do when you go for zombie clip. Just a cleaner experience in general. And then I cut mistakes on Instakill. And it has the save and load and all those things with Japanese timing. So this save time might be actually different on US. It probably is. So 35.43. And finally, the Blood Guardian stuff. Okay. So, let's see. Peter loses how much? 28.2. $28.7. What happened? No, 28.2. I was measuring till here. Or something. I don't know, but this is 7. The fuck? Huh? Double check every single number. Why? I hate it. Yo, Amber. How goes it? I'm suffering with routing. That's how it goes. How you doing? This is the thing I was talking about on Twitter, about the 2 routes that are extremely close. Doing alright. Finishing repair the N64, nice. What did the N64 needed? Or was it missing something or what? Where did I fucked up time? I'm gonna open the other file. Where's the other file? Please. It's actually mostly fine. Just had a screw or two. I got Jared. I don't know how to pronounce that. The casing is destroyed. Oh. When did it fall off? Like, what happened? During transportation or something? I'm still mad that we didn't get another medium on the orchestra. We get almost every song, but not another medium. There's not enough love for another medium. One of my favorite songs on the soundtrack. We just got core. It's fine, but I mean, I love core. I just wanted another medium. That's all. The last one you said was right? Okay. Got spooked by a spider? Oh, I see. That sucks. Okay, setup file. 4 seconds. Correct. Peter room. I mean Penny room. 093. Correct. Okay. 3 seconds on rifle. It might be the Black Guardian. 1.4. Then basement. 3543. And here's the mistake. 0.7. There you go. So 28.2. Correct. Good. Fuck you. Okay, so with that, everything is double check. Now the last thing you gotta do is this. And the final difference should be almost 5.9. There you go. Which is nothing, it's like so little. Dread routing is in a funny sort of hell right now. You can get out of bounds very easily, but it instantly kills you. Sucks. Like, is it programmed to kill you? There's like damage outside. Or maybe you get to like game over shit. It's programmed to, I see. I mean, if it just kills you, seems kind of right. Now, if there's some spots where you can like avoid dying, then it becomes weird. So almost 6 seconds. I'm just gonna call it 5.9 because it's easier. And then if you do Roberto skip, it's 7 more because you don't lose the 7 you lose on Roberto. It's almost 13. And of course, there is a little like variation of failing BG skip, but like, I mean, you shouldn't fail that anyways, because if you're actually going for the good strat, you're relying on not having a second try. But I guess technically that adds 10 seconds to BG skip, like 10 maybe seconds, you know, it's not really, but mostly it's sad because it would have led to some fun skips for low percent. I see. But is it fun to run though? I mean, it depends. I feel like, I mean, I'm not sure, but I heard that Prime 2 out of bounds is kind of great. Like, it's not that hard to navigate. It's still hard, but it's not as terrible as Prime 1 out of bounds. I heard Prime 1 is like really, really hard to navigate. But that's what I heard. I haven't tried any. Okay. So, here, Instakill. 5.9. What happened? Now I see. Plus 10. Nine. 15.9. 7 extra. Ah, good. What else? Going custodian. That's on the other file. No. Alright, let's open the other file. So bell tower 1.82, yeah, that seems fine. Don't have Anthony Five. Dagger cutscene 0. But you can get rid of tutorial. Okay, that's correct. Okay, I think everything else is correct here. So my final verdict, for now at least, it's almost 6 seconds for Instakill, which is really small. It's such a small time save for such a difference in the route. But I guess with Roberto Skip it's a bunch more. And what I like about this is, you know, having insta-kill for any percent and zombie clip for Hando, basically. And then to like insta-kill is also on the beginner's guide. Not on the game, but like the any percent beginner's guide. And that means you can actually start with doing that and then eventually implement 5 circle skip. So that way you don't need to learn a completely new route. You just need to add something to your current route. But yeah, I think that's what I go with that. Cool. I want to do a BRB, but I can't cut this song. We gotta hear this song. I guess this could be the BRB. Getting colder. No, I have something else for the BRB. So it is faster. Yeah, it is faster, but not that much. How are you doing, Nono? So to put in perspective, it used to be like with the old calculation, it was like 19 seconds faster. Now it's like almost 6. It's like 5.9. So it is kind of a big difference. I think it was 19.9 actually, or something like that, like close to 20. But that was like wrong, or just not RTA. Like it didn't reflect RTA at all, I think. Maybe, I feel like probably a TIS can save more time in some spots. I mean, yeah, a TIS can save so much more because of you can do frame perfect, no magic messages, and that's like a big thing. But I guess there's also a chance that, you know, TIS saves time on the other route too, probably somewhere. I don't know where, but so yeah, you don't need to switch to to zombie clip. No. You only need to eventually learn 5 circle skip if you want to save. In your case, you're gonna save a lot of time with that because you're not doing zombie clip. You're gonna save more than 6 seconds. Like, let's see how much you would save. What? Let me do the thingy. You would save 34 seconds. Because you already have Instakill. So if you add 5 circle skip, yeah, you save about 34 seconds. I love Instakill. It's a great one. Probably one of the coolest ones to show and talk about in marathons too. Like, zombie clip is cool and all that, but we already have clips on Lindsay. And it just gives you a lot of to talk about on a marathon. You know, all the thing about doing magic. But yeah, now I'll go for a BRB. Because the ducks started. Great time to go. Just hear them. Jesus, what's going on? Okay, do you want... What do you want? Do you want jazz? Jazz fusion? Do you want rock? Like dirty rock? There's like not that dirty rock, like more 90s or 2000s. There's Metallica. There's Rammstein. What do you want? There's a Chilean band too. I have a lot of stuff here. And there's also like prog. I'm gonna take jazz. Okay. Do you want a more fusion jazz or a more like how's it called this? Like oh, I forgot the name of this. Like more funky jazz. The one that I love about? Okay. We're gonna go for the funky one then. Okay, we're gonna be right back. Stick around, probably for tutorial. Welcome back. Song is Mean Streets from Niacin, which is a band from Rishihan and others. There's like Dennis Chambers, John Novello. Yeah, I said this before. I really like how Sheehan plays when he's not playing with like Mr. Big. It always comes back to Billy Sheehan. I just love Billy Sheehan stuff. He's so good. You know, I like I have this thing with some bassists. Like I guess it's kind of some of my roots with because I started music with bass. And so I started with a lot of bassists, and when I was young looking for just some like virtuosos and stuff like that. I feel like everyone that plays an instrument has a period where you want to like virtuosos maybe, but then you kind of grow up out of that because virtuosos are like kind of boring at some point. They get kind of boring or stale. At least for me, it happened. And so I have this list of many bass players that I liked back then, but only a bunch of them, only a couple of them actually survived that period. You know, like when I kind of grew up out of virtuosism, virtuosisms. Those two I think are like Billy Sheehan and I guess Tony Levin, probably. Yeah. The others I still like them, but I usually don't like all their stuff. Like I get bored of some. Like Victor Wooding is amazing. It's great to see him play, but there is some stuff that is just boring. And same with all the others that I liked back then, like Marcus Miller, Stanley Clark. It's too jazzy for me. Like it's too fusion. When it gets too fusion, I lost that. Jaco Pastor is the same thing. Like the other day, I tried to listen to Weather Report and like all of the Jaco discography. Well, not all of it, but a bunch of it. It's just not my thing. Like I had such a difficult time listening to this jazz that has so many fucking weird chords, which are these chords that doesn't tell me anything to me. Like it's not a sad chord, it's not a happy chord, it's not a power chord. I don't know what it is. It's just a chord. It's too many notes together. I there's something about it. I still think it's great, but I don't like it. But it's not something I don't like in the sense of oh no, this music is bad. Like it is with reggaeton. I hate reggaeton. Now this is more of like I just want actively hear to this. I listen to Caroline every now and then. Yeah, Caroline is so good. Okay, so I could make an CS, any percent CS tutorial. Is anyone interested in that? Because I could do that. It's gonna take me some bit because I need to get some photos, or I could just do the other tutorials because there's still a big list of tutorials. There's like I think like 18 more or so things that are not covered. You say do it. Have light puzzle too. Okay. Get a sneeze though. I need a light. There you go. I'm a sun sneezer. even though that wasn't the sun. You know what I mean? Tiny indoor sun, yeah. What do you say? No. If I make a tutorial, would you run CS?
Wondering, fearing,
Would you suffer with that? Would you do that to yourself? Okay. Okay, I think I don't actually need pictures. I think what I need is a filter. Because with the filter, I can like change how this looks. Unlikely, but I want. But you would want to do it eventually anyway? No, actually, no. Not necessarily. It's only what, 14 frame perfect inputs? No. That it used to be that. No, it used to be like the last big route was I think like 10 or 8 frame perfect inputs. Today it's 2. Like that's it. I mean, unless you go for the optimal route. The optimal route is 4. And the beginner route, which is the one I would probably make a tutorial, it's just 2. So the 10-minute one exactly. Yeah, actually, if I do this, I'm gonna be like super clickbait. I'm gonna name this like how to beat Eternal Darkness under 10 minutes. Something like that. And we're gonna make it viral. If I had a GameCube, I would learn that. You can play on console. I mean, on Dolphin. There's no problem with that. It might actually help because then you can like. It's easier to do an RTA setup on Dolphin than on a TV. Because on a TV, like on real console, you need to do a strat like I did, and you need to film your TV to see where the visual cue is, and then put some helpers there. So I'm probably gonna talk about that on the tutorial. For the hell of it, yeah, that's fine. I don't have to. I'm not the one verifying stuff on internal, so. But yeah, like it's not that the easy route is not that terrible. Again, it's 2 frame perfect inputs. The pain is watching cutscenes, and the other big pain is a completely random crash. Shortest GameCube run ever, not clickbait. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Do I have any post bias? Probably on low spell. I have one for Elia. Fucking hell, dude. Alright, let's do bias, it's fine. We're gonna go back to that screen. I just wanna save state. And I could do it in Japanese. Like, I think the optimal, like, TIS, or optimal, actually RTA 2, is Japanese, but it's using the hard cutscene. The cutscene that it's really hard RTA. we do pious, I might ask Sir if there is any other examine. Give me back my camera.
To think that once I could not see beyond the
So yeah, the thing about this tutorial is also like it's gonna be a cutscene storage tutorial basically, more than any percent, which is something I wanted to do for a while. Because that's the most important part. So then with this tutorial, you know, you can like easily switch to the optimal route. Easily as of you know what to do. Doesn't matter, it's gonna it doesn't mean it's gonna work, but at least you know what to do. I guess if you can get the CS consistent, and there's a biggest obstacle. Like in general, like the crash is a big obstacle, and the CS like I don't really know if you can get it consistently. Like it's a frame perfect trick. I really feel like when it comes to frame perfect tricks, my take is that consistency doesn't exist. I think we just like see runners do too many runs, and so they eventually get them. You know what I mean? And when it comes to like fighting games, I think most of the time is muscle memory about certain sequences, more than actually reacting to a frame perfect input. Like for example, you're doing like a sick combo on melee, there is like a series of inputs that leads to a frame perfect input, you know? But the thing is you have done that sequence so many times, so your hands kind of nailed it. Also, in a melee match, there is so many interactions that aren't frame perfect, and then suddenly there's like one interaction that is frame perfect, you know? So it's like, that's the other thing about statistics. The problem with this is you need to hit the thing after 30 seconds of leaving your controller in the table. So there is no sequence of inputs that you can get muscle memory for. It's literally one lonely frame after 30 seconds amount of frames. That is the problem. Does CS work on Paul? It probably does. No, wait. Does it? It probably does. Yeah, it might be easier. Yeah. I never like actually tested. I think it really depends on if there's a setup or a queue. Yeah, there is. because you see Baron's inconsistency. The thing is, like, there is a visual cue, and I guess technically a sound cue. I don't really have a sound cue. I know sound can help you, like, more or less where you are, but it's not really that reliable. The visual cue is it's relatively good, the one I use. And to be fair, I got better results with the visual cue, much better. But you've seen my runs, right? Like, you all seen my CS runs, and it's that's what it is. Yeah, I guess playing Paul 50 frames, because this game has also Paul 60 frames, could make it easier. I don't think so. Okay, good. Your second attempt, 9-minute run. Exactly. And how many CSs did that have? A lot. That thing should be like 7 minutes or 6 minutes if you get it first try. And also after some very bad runs. So I don't call that consistency. I call that luck. Also got lucky with the crash. Is this frozen or not frozen? It's loading. It's loading like a lot. There you go. Cool. Yeah, I'm almost sure the Elia page doesn't work, which it's kind of sad. Like, I would love to work with the Elia page. It almost feels like it should work, but the problem is this changes. This is not the same examine, I think, because yeah, it changes something. Dolphin being yeah. Kinda wanna double check. But I'm almost sure I actually checked this. It's your favorite cutscene. Okay, so first of all, 85, 62. So this is the frame. It doesn't look great here. On CRT, looks way better. But that's why I can use filters. So let's see, more gamma, no, more brightness, no, contrast with gamma and brightness and more contrast, full contrast, less brightness, more gamma. Maybe less contrast. No, it has to be full. The gamma is so much better than brightness. Yeah, so That's definitely not how it looks on your dolphin. Like, this is how it looks on your dolphin. I mean, this is how you... this is how your dolphin would look with that filter. And then it's like this. Like, this is the normal. No filters. But no, that's not the frame. This is the frame. So this is how your dolphin will look like. A very broken seed, exactly. Now, maybe it looks better if you increase your brightness. This is your brain on dolphin. Which is like the worst thing. Like, the brightness setup of this game is so awful. I hate it. Because it's literal brightness, not gamma. So it doesn't quite adjust with contrast. For me, it looks horrible. I really hate it. But maybe you would need to do this. I actually think it doesn't help because of how fucking bright it is. So this is 95, 20, 72. There. So this is the frame. It actually doesn't look better for me. It just looks as bad as the other one. The other one is this. So this is just options from the game. Full brightness, no brightness. That's great. Now on CRT, it doesn't look like this, definitely not, but it looks much better. Like, maybe I should take a picture of my CRT, but it's on CRT it's doable. I just don't want to, like, hang on. Let me see if I can copy this. Duplicated, Jesus. Cancel that. Cancel these. I think CRT probably looks like this. 0, 0. Okay. I would say CRT looks about like this, maybe. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe around there. Not all the time, but the thing is, you see on the fade out, you have more vision. That's the thing. So it doesn't look like this all the time, because if I go to pause, yeah, that's like quite bright, you know. CRT. Tutorial. Just renaming stuff. Let's go to my, no. Usual correction, there you go. Makes it worse? Yeah. It definitely does. So yeah, you will need to, like, to make this consistent, because you can't really look at OBS for a frame perfect input. Because in OBS you can filter for a better thing. But to do this, you will need to, like, adjust, I guess, your settings on your screen. Like your actual monitor. To see more on the fade out. I guess. Which kind of sucks. And then there's this stupid part, which is fully random. So this part is pain. Actual RNG. I think it's not even RNG actually. I think it's like actual luck. Because certain strats just turn out the lights to see it better. Yeah, I guess. What am I saying is not RNG and like actual luck, because Joe was talking about this being a race between, like, there's different things that are loading at the same time, and it's like, because the game is trying to put you onto the last fight. You know, this is Gateway to Destiny. This is where you meet Pius. You know, like, there he is on the on the desk.
You're just in time. The summoning spell I began 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, it took me a lot just on this room, trapped in the desk.
Of becoming the first morsel.
So, I think, I mean, what kind of Joe talk about is that, so cutscene storage makes you, it triggers stuff from other cutscenes because you store this value of like canceling the cutscene. So since you're not canceling the cutscene, you do all the stuff that is on the next cutscene. In this case, this one. So the game will try what it wants to do now. It wants to load up stuff from the last level of the game, which is Pius fight. So there's many things that have to load for that last fight. Many things. And what Joe said, what like Joe discovered, kind of tried to explain this because still not entirely sure what's going on, but is that it's a race. It's a race between different things that load up, and if one thing loads before another, it's a crash. You know, like, so basically, like, I don't know, the game doesn't want you to, let's say, have this item or whatever, or the game, I don't know, like, you're not supposed to have this part of the game on Pius fight. So if that part loads faster, you crash. If that part loads slower than another part that is fine on Pius, you're fine. That's why I'm saying it's not RNG. It's actual luck of how your machine loads. You see? And you get more fails than hits. Sadly. So apparently there's more things, more bad things that load than good things that load. So the only way to avoid this crash is get lucky. Press A at a lucky spot. Yeah, it should be, like, we're looking for ways. Joe at least was looking for ways to manipulate it. But he can't find anything yet. And you see, like, I've done like 3 tries. And 4 no hits. So all these are dead runs. There I got a hit. And okay, so this examine doesn't work. Good to know. Yeah, we gotta go for the clock then. And so that's the part that really sucks. That is, so there's 2 CS. CS are the frame perfect tricks. And once you get the first one, you need to hit the crash wall. And then if you pass the crash wall, you need to hit a second CS. In the optimal route, you need to hit 3 CS after the crash wall. And if you are either a TIS or a very brave person, instead of scrolling down here like this, you can do task scrolling, which is going down with stick and then scrolling on the menu. pressing A and going down again. Which is impossible. Like RTA, if you super practice this, you can actually save a tiny bit of time if you get perfect rhythm. But it's so fucking hard. There, I got like 3. But then I already lose time. Like, you need to get it. You need to never fail to actually save time with that. And with TIS, it's really crazy, because you can, like, let's see, I'm on, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe. You can go 1 frame down, 1 frame scroll, another frame scroll, then I think it's another frame, A, another one, another one. Okay, so there I scroll from from here to here on like 20 frames. It's super fun. Like a lot of things are frame 1. Like these scrolls between menus are frame 1. And then scroll back, you can scroll back on the next frame because it's one is with R and the other one is with L. It's really like so fast. And here, like when you scroll down like this with stick, you can frame 1 go to the next page. Like I think you only lose 1 frame when you press A on this menu or something like that. Between this scroll and this A, something like that. So it's like 6 or 5 frames per, like every time you do this. Otherwise, like if you scroll normally, is 3, 4, 5, 10, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1. It's like 20. Yeah. But it's funny, like even if you don't do that, it's kind of alright. I mean, that would be amazing, but let me see if I can find this video. I love this video so much. I should always have it at hand. Let's see, tasks. Menu, maybe. I always forget the name of these two. Okay, I think it's this one. Is this the cat slapping someone into the pool again? What? What's going on? I forgot that joke. It sounds so weird. Oh, I see. No. Oh, I see what you mean. Do you mean yeah, the seal? No, it's not that video. I would love to show that one again. No, this is a Eternal Darkness thing. No, I know how to find that one. Super easy. The name of that one is literally what you said. Cat slap seal. Something like that. Let's see if this shows. Alright, there it is. So this is a comparison I did long ago. Does that work better? Okay, it's kind of cut, but I think it's fine. It's not that bad. This is a comparison I did long ago between RTA, like easy RTA strat, and TAS, kinda. Go there. So this is like the easy RTA strat. You just don't kill your hands, you just scroll down with D-pad. That's it. Okay?
You are not free to leave.
And then this is TIS.
Until you complete the task for me.
Incoming. Here's TIS. It's the fucking machine gun.
Until you complete the task.
And like this first, so you see there's kind of a delay here on this on the first scroll. That's because this is from a save file. To do the TIS, I had to do it from the reset on Dolphin. And so the first scroll you do on the very first pause after loading a game or loading a new chapter is always has a bit of delay because it's loading some stuff. But otherwise, this scroll would be also frame 1. Like all the others. It's just amazing.
You are not.
Gotta learn to do this RTA, yeah. Like, if this game ever gets optimized, you will have to do that. Probably. Not like that. I don't think that's possible, but you will need to, like... Again, you can save RTA time doing this shit. Like... It's... No, it's faster than that. Like, the optimal way to do it is to barely touch this thing, not actually go all the way, but just like this. Like, you can kind of get if you can get this rhythm and always land on the same page. Like that. Then you can go for it. But it's hard to like maintain your hand in the same position, at least for me. It seems super hard. Maybe on keyboard must be much easier actually. Yeah, it must be much easier because you can hold down and then it's like a 3 keys. Oh shit, are we playing this shit on keyboard? Is that a new meta? Oh no. Hang on. Controller. Or my buttons on keyboard. Come on. There you go. If KBM, what is KBM? You have to ban emulator. What the fuck is KBM? Keyboard and mouse. Now the thing is, what is funny is that like Dolphin has slower loading times. So I don't think there is a way, even if you get this thing, I don't think you will save time on Dolphin. Let's see. What could be like a good combination? Yeah, I do this. Okay, so could be okay. So this is gonna be Y. Why does it take so much? L is gonna be T. And this is gonna be R. Please. Alright. I just want to go up. So. Oh, but I want to start with a. Okay. So then you're gonna be R. And you're gonna be Y. It's taking me a lot of time. So then I can do ta ta ta. Okay. So look at that shit. Holy shit! This is so fast. This is stupidly fast. That was so fast. Gaming. Holy shit. This is like the... It's like the thing that happened with Super Mario Bros. I think there's like a bunch of records with keyboard at this point. Yeah, and why I was able to do it like that immediately is because I have this movement on these fingers because of I practiced this for bass at some point because of Billy fucking Sheehan. Because Sheehan has this technique of going three finger pizzicato. So you alternate this and this and this instead of just these two. And so I literally just put, you know, A, R, L on that order and just hold down with the other hand. And I guess I can do it with one hand if I hold down. I can literally do it with one hand. I just need to hold down, but it's harder. Like I can hold down with my thumb. Where's controller? Come on, give me a controller. I just wanna I need to assign this. Okay. Let's give it WASD. I don't get why does it take so much time to recognize? Let's recognize. What is this? What? What are you doing here? No. Okay. Kind of like threading technique helped me with some times of matching. Yeah. Yeah, I like on some this also helps me here. Like I can go 2 fingers on A and 1 on B. But I literally like this with 2 fingers are not that good with this hand. But with the other hand I'm insane. But that's because like I always did this thing with this hand, which is like just I don't know, like drums with 2 fingers. I've done this my entire life because I like to do rhythms with these two hands. Transferable mechanical skills, crazy. Okay, so there you go. Let's time this shit. I want a better font. Give me a font. Give me a good font. There you go. Oh. So this is the Bobby strat. Let's just go until the last one, like. That was 13.5. Edo SC? What the fuck is that, dude? It's like when I hear Edo, I either think on ecuación diferencial ordinaria, which is like differential ordinary equation, or I think of a way of doing microtonal shit on music. The Yakuza font. Oh, I see. Oh, it's a font. Alright, so for this shit, is it actually faster? Am I saving time? Not that much. I guess I'm not that fast. I actually save time, but not that much. And I'm like super tired now. No. Maybe if I just do it with one hand instead. That's gonna take more energy. No. It's hard because I need to hit the timing thing too. It took me the same time. Oh my god. But that's PD in Spanish? But wait. But PD is partial differential equation. We're talking about ordinary differential equation. The other one is EDP in Spanish. Ecuación diferencial parcial. Another thing to destroy hands. But yeah, it's just it's just swapping the letters. That's interesting. Yeah, so I guess to be faster, you actually need to be faster than that. There's no way I'm faster than that without destroying my hands. Or even destroying my hands. Like, I got 0.3 seconds faster on the first try, kinda. Maybe even 0.5, because I kinda started after the timer. But, that's not a whole lot, honestly. Considering I went to the last one, you don't even go to the last one. Like... Yeah. But for TAS, it's better, of course. So I don't think keyboard is gonna get broken. Plus it's fucking Eternal Darkness. Who's gonna broke that? Okay. Comes down to a time save not being worth just for how much it'll ruin your ability to run anything. Yeah. Exactly. At least I gave you some very interesting noises. And I guess I killed all
Everything is complete.
my save states, didn't I?
For your
Please tell
arrival.
me this one is good. It is. Good. I need to recalibrate this shit. Okay, I think that's it. Got to stop procrastinating. Okay. Have a good one, Amber. Take care. Oh yeah, so the last thing I should check on this. The speed? No, it's not the speed.
Be eternal!
$55. 22. It's 23. No, it's 30. 32. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because I was looking at the spike. There, the spike disappeared there. Yeah, yeah, so I do remember this. That's good. Now, let's see if the filter works for this. Yeah, kind of works. And that's more or less how CRT looks. Okay. Now that I look at this, like super contrast and all shit, there is actually like 1 pixel of the spike, which kind of sucks. But I guess whatever. It's still the best visual cue I found. All right. Yeah, I'm taking a picture of this though. Okay, so CS Dark Servants. Then this one. Go CS Darkness Prevails. All right, cool. All right, let's do the tutorial. Let's see how it goes. Let's get rid of this fucking filter though. That's better. All right, so do you want to beat this game under 10 minutes? We got you covered. You just need to use a frame perfect trick twice and like pray for not crashing the game, kinda. So this is like I'm gonna teach you here the easy route, quote unquote, or the easier, I guess, route, which is doing cutscene storage twice, only twice, after you beat Pious. Now, if you learn this, it's not that hard to switch to the other route, which is doing 4 cutscene storages right at the beginning. It's just that you need more frame perfect stuff. Okay, so for this one, you just do Pious normally. Okay, so start the game, go to Pious, beat Pious. That's it. Okay, if you don't know how to beat Pious, watch my other tutorials. The beginner's tutorials explain that very well, and then some. There's some more advanced tutorials for like the button room and like the warp room, all those things. Just beat Pious. You can choose Uyath. Uyath is usually the fastest one to choose because you just go directly into it. Then you're gonna get into Alex. This is Alex 2, right before Elia, and we're gonna come back to the beginning. We're gonna go to this clock right here. So the important part here is that you see the examine of the clock. Once you see the examine, you can do the rest. Okay, like if you stop like around here, it's bad because we're gonna need this examine. You can actually stop like around here, and that's fine still. And for the other route, the harder route, you start the game like here, right about here, and you just go for the clock immediately, and that's all the fucking gameplay the game has. Like that's literally it for that route. But on this one, you do Pious first. Okay, so you open your pause. Hang on. Let's go here. So once you see the examine, you open your pause menu. You're gonna be on items. You might get the tutorial on the other route, on the hard one, because you're right starting the game. Scroll to cutscenes and start scrolling down. So the easiest strat for me at least is to scroll with D-pad. So you match D-pad down, and that scrolls pretty fast. Okay, you need to also another thing about D-pad and why it's so cool for RTA at least, and it's so comfortable, is every time you press D-pad, it scrolls automatically, just one press to the next chapter. So you see chapter 9, it scroll all those for free. Chapter 10 now. And the other cool thing is you can buffer the next one, kinda. Like, I don't think if you press A, it's gonna be there. Yeah, so it doesn't work like that, but you can buffer a match. Like, matching A during this scroll with D-pad, A doesn't work. Okay? Which means if you match once you are on number 9, you can start matching A, and you're gonna see this cutscene, for example, which is a cutscene we're gonna use. Dark Servants.
You are not free to leave this plane.
Okay? So what I usually do is I match D-pad down, and once I see I'm on number 9, I start matching A to get Dark Servants. Now, Dark Servants is the easy cutscene for cutscene storage. There's another cutscene, which is you scroll more, let's see, 11, then it's on finale, then it gets to this. So, for this one, you will need to match once you are on the Ancient Sclatch to watch Darkness Prevails. This is the other cutscene, okay? This is like the game over cutscene at the end of Pious Fight. This is another cutscene that you can use. Technically, you can use any cutscene in the game to get cutscene storages, but these are the two fastest ones. And this one's faster, but much, much harder. Okay? So let's go through the basics of cutscene storage. I'm not gonna explain the glitch very much. Let's just keep it like just what you have to know to trigger it. But like the important part is we're gonna make the game think that this cutscene didn't end,
Kill the master of this house.
and that storages the cutscene state, and then we can watch another cutscene and trigger that part of the game, the part of the game where the other cutscene is. Okay, so that means we need to hit a frame perfect input here, which is exactly when the cutscene is gonna end. Alright, so I'm gonna show you how that looks. So you see, first we're gonna go here. So, okay, that's 31. So I know where this is for you to practice. If you want to practice this on emulator, or at least know what you're doing, like what's going on. You get close to the end. This is close to the end when this how to call this shiny thing, the guardian that is teleporting, is close to the stairs. This is close to the end, but not quite the end. So from here you can like keep going until you see the loading, which is when the frames stop here on the corner. So that's when the loading happens, because we're loading a pre-render. 23 frames before that is when you have to press start. Okay, so 31 here, it's gonna be 11, it's gonna be 8th. So I need to go to 8th, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8th. So this is the frame you gotta press start, and you can actually just, you don't need to press start for one frame. You need to press it on this frame, but you can release it whenever you want, okay? And if you got it, you're gonna see this cutscene. Okay? If you get one frame earlier, you won't see this cutscene right here. So if you don't see this cutscene, you know immediately that you didn't get it, and you need to watch Dark Servants again. Okay? That's what we call like an early fail. So that only loses 30 seconds because you need to watch the cutscene again. Now, if you get one frame later, you get one frame late, you're still gonna see this cutscene. So every time you see this cutscene, you don't actually know if you have CS or not, because there's no way to tell from the pause. The only way to tell is watching another cutscene, which is what we want to do to trigger the glitch. Okay, so those are late fails, and those lose more time because you need to scroll down to the next cutscene and watch it. And if you didn't get it, you scroll up and watch this again. Okay, so this one got it though. Once you see that cutscene, the pre-render, you can start matching start to get rid of that. And this should have CS activated. And how do I know that I have CS? Here on the emulator, you don't do this on console. But if you unpause, you're gonna see a reset. Okay? That means you got it. At least for practice, it's good to know immediately if you have save states to go back. On console, you don't want to do that because your run is dead. You just reset. But from here, what you got to do is we need to watch the other cutscene to get to the pious fight, and that is you scroll once for 11 and another time for Gateway to Destiny. Okay. And by the way, we're gonna go more in depth into the frame I showed you and some visual cues. But first I'm gonna cover this part just for you to know the route. And I'm probably gonna talk about the frames at the end. And also about the other cutscene. So this cutscene will bring us to the last fight. About 30% of the time. So this is the part that really sucks. Cutscene storage is frame perfect, but this part, this cutscene in particular, teleporting to Pi's fight, is actually full luck. You know, like not even RNG is luck, because it depends on how your machine loads stuff. There's like a race between different things that have to load at the same time, and if one of those things win, you crash. If the other wins, you don't crash. That's it. Not out of your control. So the only thing you can do here is press A and match start, and then you pray. You're gonna see a little lag at the beginning, and also once you see that black, that means you got cutscene storage. By the way, so I match start, and then you just wait and see if you get a crash or not. If this loads takes forever, you got a crash. So this is a crash. Okay, I'm gonna mute the game and I'm just gonna turbo. I'm doing turbo. This is a crash. Okay, let's go back. Also, let me show how it looks when you don't get cutscene storage. I got rid of cutscene storage there by watching this pre-render. If you don't get cutscene storage here, this is gonna look like a normal cutscene. Okay, never mind. Hang on, I need to get rid of it twice, I think. Let's see. Okay, so that's the normal cutscene. If you see this, that means you didn't get cutscene storage, and you need to go back to Dark Servants or Eternal Darkness Prevails, watch it again, try to get cutscene storage again. Okay? If you see this, and you should always match start after pressing A here, in case you get it, and you will know also that you get it because you hear the double whoosh of the like the sound effect here of when you watch cutscenes. Like for example, a single whoosh is no cutscene storage, and two whooshes, see, two of them means you got a cutscene storage. So you already know before the cutscene even plays. Now let's try to bypass this thing. I'm gonna try different frames until we get it. I muted because I just want a turbo. So this thing, what I've seen, it ranges from like a 13 frame window of pressing start up to a 3-second window. Again, depending on pure luck. Okay, there you go. So once you, like when you don't crash, you're gonna see this. You come back here, and you still hear the thing, the loading thing. And every time you crash, that's a dead run, by the way, that you have to reset. And that's it. And it's pure luck. Nothing you can do about it. But once you get past this, you examine to get control of Alex. So you press B, then you move just a tiny bit, like that. And then you can pause. That's how it works, okay? So this can be done really fast, like that. So the examine is to recover movement, and then recovering movement out of the examine, you can pause. So now we are on Pious 5. Okay, believe it or not, we are there. Like, actually, if you don't believe me, I can show you, because it's funny. Let's load. You don't do this on the run, by the way. I just want to show you. this thing. If it triggers. I don't remember if it triggers here. You hear that? It's the most menacing clock ever. Fucking ancient clock that wants to destroy the universe. So we are on Pious Fight. Once you bypass the crash, you got lucky. You get here, we gotta do the second CS. So for the second CS, I'm gonna go here again. Just gonna mute this on turbo. Get fast. And get to the end. So around here. Hang on. So 26 minus 22, so that's 4. On an actual run, you don't have frame advance, of course. But here I have it to show you how it works. So this is CS again. Let me double check. No, that's not CS. Why is that no CS? $26, $23. Okay. That should be. No. Hello? Sometimes it's 22 frames for some reason. But I think it's not actually that. It's just that what it shows is what Dolphin shows. Don't do this to me. Okay, there you go. Alright, so we got CS. So this is the second CS after the crash. So when you get this, you scroll all the way down until the epilogue. And you watch the epilogue. And if you got that thing, that's the end of the run.
So it comes to pass.
Because after this, the actual ending of the game plays. And that's the credits warp. Because you can do credits warp from Pious Fight, but first you need to get to Pious Fight.
Of the three ancients.
And that's it, that's the end. Nice. Eternal Darkness, under 10 minutes or so. So, okay, but that's not the end of the tutorial. There's more things I have to talk about. So, first of all, if you want to do the other route, you need to do 4 CS. It's about the same as this, but you start. So the first CS is for Gateway to Destiny, same thing with the wall of crashes, and then after that, you need to repeat the next CS 3 times. So it's 3 CSs watching the epilogue, okay? And that's it. And from there, you can finish the game. Now, something about the other route, since you don't have an alignment, and not having an alignment is the reason why we need 4 CSs instead of 2. That thing, if you save at the end, or if you don't save at the end, if you press yes or no on the save screen, it's gonna corrupt your file. Your memory card is gonna be corrupted, okay? Which you can easily just erase your save file, by the way. So always make a backup save, you know, because ideally you want to watch the credits, and those show after the screen, the save screen. So just have that in mind. You have to erase your file later because corrupted file is illegal. I mean, yeah, like not just illegal. It's like it messes up your any percent, because if you have a corrupted file, then you're gonna need an extra CS for every run. Every time you get a corrupted file. So then the 2 CS is a 3 CS and the 4 is a 5, and it sucks. So if you finish a run, you won't finish many because of these stupid crashes. Erase your file later. That's on the hard route, okay? On the easy route, the one where you do pious and only 2 CS, you don't need to erase anything. There's no corrupting anything. And that's why that's the friendly route too. Less tricks, and also don't messes with your files. Okay, now let's talk about the frames. And maybe some techniques to help you.
You are not free to leave this plane.
Actually, let me go back here. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so some techniques to help you. This is the easy, well, not easy, but this is the friendly cutscene. Okay, if you're watching my screen right now, this is more or less how Dolphin looks with normal settings. And by the way, increasing the brightness doesn't really help. I'm not gonna show it here. You can see it by yourself, but it doesn't help at all because of how brightness is handled in this game. I'm talking about internal brightness, like the options of the game. To have any kind of help, you will need to like change the brightness of your monitor if you want to actually see in the fade out. Why I'm saying that? Because let's take a look at the frame. So this is 18. Wait, is it really 18? Or is it 8th? I think it's 8th. Let's see. Yeah, I can't even tell because I can't even see it. Okay, there you go. So this is the frame. You can barely see it, right? And that's how it's more or less how it's gonna look in your Dolphin. Now, this is if you play on Dolphin. If you play in our CRT, it's gonna look more or less like this. This is more or less, like here I use a filter on OBS. This is more or less how it looks on my CRT. Like, no joke. It looks much better. On a normal monitor, like a plasma or something, HD monitor, with a Wii, I actually don't know how it looks. I have no idea. But on a CRT, on a Wii, you know, kind of looks like this. Or a GameCube too. Now, just to show you the frame, I'm gonna ultra saturate this. Like this. So you can clearly see what's going on during the fade out. This is the magic frame, okay? You need to press start on this frame. And like, what is the visual cue here is, you see the stairs, the steps of the stairs. You know, there's step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The visual cue is the corner, kinda, between a step, or the line, if you want, between step number 5 and step number 4, when the light is there. So you see, the light is moving here. Let's go back to this. It's gonna look kinda insane here on the color, but you see the line is moving, and it suddenly passes through that point. Okay? Until it gets here, which is the frame. So that's where you have to press start. And what I do, I have some visual help, like IRL visual help. I use strings on my CRT. I use 2 strings like this that connect, they intersect right on the point where this thing is gonna be. And I guess you can do the same thing on Dolphin if you're playing on that. It's useful, and it's like, you know, you can't really prevent runners from doing that, I guess, because it's just IRL stuff, and it's not modifying anything of the hardware, you know. It's basically like using glasses. So yeah, that's what I do. Like, how I did it on my CRT, because you don't have frame advance on CRT, so I actually I filmed my CRT from the position I look at my CRT, and then I analyze the footage and kind of calculate where the thing would land. It was such a mess, but it actually works, and it helps me a lot. But yeah, that's the strat I use. And let me talk about the other one. Normal correction. There you go. So that's for Dark Servants. So why is Dark Servants the friendly cutscene? Because of two reasons. One, the fade out is better. Okay, it looks better in a CRT. Actually, it has that nice visual cue of the light going to this very particular spot that you can help yourself with some external things. And also, if you get a late one, you don't know if you got CS because you're gonna see this cutscene. But if you get an early frame, you know immediately you didn't get CS. Okay, so that kind of saves time. If you are going for runs where, okay, maybe I'll get it on 5 CS or 5 tries. Maybe you don't want to get it first try or whatever. If you're not going for super optimal, top, whatever. The other cutscene, on the other hand, it doesn't have a pre-render cutscene at the end. So you actually never know when you got CS or not. There's no way to tell. The only way is watching another cutscene. And every time you either fail or don't fail, you don't really know if you fail or not. You have to watch the other cutscene anyways, in case you got it, right? Never on pause, because that resets the game. Oh, this has CS. Hang on. Okay, this is normal. So let's go for the Darkness Prevails. This is right after the Ancient's Clutch. So this is when Pius spits at you.
Fool,
There you go.
I spit at thee.
And
The darkness.
I don't really have like a reliable strat for this. I have one that it's not that reliable, you know. I actually had done like a couple of CS on console with this, but it's much harder than the other cutscene. So I'm gonna show you what my strat is. So you see here, if you look at the right part of the screen, there is a bunch of spikes, and there's a torch in the middle, right? In the middle of the spikes. You see there's 4 spikes, torch, and then another 4. So you want to look at the 3rd spike. So first of all, the electricity has to go away, okay? So electricity is gone. Here is when you have to pay attention. So you see the camera is panning back, and the spikes are getting behind the pillar right here. So the perfect frame is when the 3rd spike disappears. Okay? So let me actually get the frame first. So 59, that should be 36. Almost. Okay, let's do it maybe around 30. Okay, there. Now let me be sure that it's actually 36. Yeah, that's the frame. Okay. So you see it you can barely see it, right? Like it's so impossible for you to see this on Dolphin. On CRT, you can actually see the spike disappearing. It's hard, but you can kind of see it. I'll show you with the filter. So this is how it looks on CRT, kind of. More or less like that, the fade out. And like, this is like approaching. This is a couple frames before, like 7 frames before. I don't know if you can actually see. Yeah, there is like the tiniest point of the spike, you see? So this is like 6 frames away. So it should be like there. So the spike fully disappears. And with the super crazy filter, so you can actually see. And let's actually go back here. You have to see the spike disappearing. See. Okay, so here's something. This is one frame before. And this is the frame. And this is another thing that really sucks about these cutscenes. There's 2 repeated frames. Sadly. There's 2 completely identical frames, and it's the second one, the one that triggers CS. So yeah, it sucks. You know, there is one frame before the target frame where the spike disappears. And it's the exact frame. It's not just that the spike doesn't disappear because of the camera angle. It's actually the same frame. The game just doesn't advance on that frame, or the cutscene, whatever. Everything is the same. But again, this is how the frame looks. This is the best. I guess you can maybe do also a string strat on more or less the point where the spike will disappear. But this is like the unfriendly cutscene. And now, why am I even talking about this? Like, why is Pandora talking about the friendly, unfriendly cutscene? Just use the friendly one. The thing is, this one is faster. So, Dark Servants is like 30 seconds. Plus the time of the pre-render cutscene. Because when you get CS, you have to get rid of that. So it's some seconds extra. But this one is like 26 seconds. Or 27, I don't remember. I think it's like 3 seconds less. And also doesn't have the pre-render. So this one is the optimal one. Which sucks. Because it's so hard. And also you have to fucking see Pius spitting at you every time. So yeah. That's why I talk about that one. So for you, you can use whatever you want. Like any of the 2 is fine. Both work. And also you can use any of the 2 routes. 2 CS after Pius or 4 CS right at the beginning. 2 CS after Pius, if you get everything first try, can probably go under 7 minutes. Yeah, I would say, because Pius is like 4 minutes chapter. And then the other run can probably go under 5 minutes. Maybe under 4. I'm not sure though. Because there's a lot of CSs. I don't know if anyone's gonna get all that. But definitely under 5. If you're really, really good. And you are really, really lucky too. Because you gotta get over a crutch. So yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Is there any other important thing about it? I don't know if I'm missing anything. I really don't want to miss anything on this tutorial. I think that's it. Let me think a little bit. I'm gonna edit all this shit, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. So that's any percent CS or cutscene storage. Oh, no, I forgot one thing. Yeah. I might need to put this at the beginning, actually. So maybe I'll do the intro again. Or put this after the intro, I don't know. Okay, well, we'll think about it. So, the very first thing you actually have to do for this run is like even before Pious or whatever, or any route that you do for CS, you actually have to say yes here. And this means you need to have finished the game, I think, at least once. I actually don't know if you need more than one. I think just once is fine, but you know, if you want to be extra safe, get everything, which is, you know, the jump to game and all that, so you have all the alignments. It should work with one, but I guess that's homework for you to double check. But yeah, always says yes here, so you can actually watch all the cutscenes at the end. I mean, from the beginning of the game, because we're gonna use the epilogue, which is... Oh wait, we need the epilogue. Never mind. You need a fully complete save file. There's no way around. You need all things, because you need the secret ending to trigger the credits work. So yeah, that's it. Happy running, and good luck with crutches. All right. That took a lot. It's gonna be a long tutorial, probably, even the edited version. But that's fine. It cannot be any other way, honestly, with this shit. If I want to cover everything. So, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you everyone for watching. Not sure what I'm gonna do next on the next stream or with this game. Like, I definitely need to keep practicing what I was doing, because of a marathon kinda incoming, or an event if you want. I don't know if I should call it a marathon or an event. It's probably more of an event. Maybe I'll do Roberto Ski practice. I'm not sure. I need to think about it.